Okay.
Not my name.
Interesting.
Welcome, everybody, to another session of Puzzle Time with MoMath and MathPickle. You have to imagine that being written on here right now. And I'm just going to mute you, Solly, because you're juggling your computer. Today, we have a mini stirring paint, not a mini mathematical universe. And we are going to start with, I think we're going to start with this here. Yeah. So you guys have to stir paint, red, blue, and yellow paint in this puzzle. And the way that the paint is going to stir is that you're going to be making little loops of red paint, little loops of blue paint, little loops of yellow paint. And let me show you a solution to a puzzle. Let's go to this one. Okay, so there's a solution. And I'm going to ask you guys to think about what you're seeing there and what exactly are you seeing? And if you can just spend about 20 seconds looking at that and seeing if you can figure out some of the rules for this puzzle. This isn't a mini mathematical universe, but I'm not going to tell you the rules. I want you to try to figure them out quickly. We're just going to spend 20 seconds on this. So can you figure out some of the rules of this puzzle? Okay, Taco Cat, do you have any insight about what's going on with this stirring paint puzzle?
I mean, it seems kind of like in the children's puzzles, they have this thing where you have to follow the arrows to get to finish. Yeah. But I don't have to start or finish. So I think maybe we have to find a way through them or something.
It's one of those puzzles, but on hard mode, is what he's saying, I think.
Okay. So, Oscar, do you have an idea? You're right that that there's arrows.
I completely don't. I noticed that with an arrow and a number, or with a number and an arrow, there will always be at least that number squares, or really arrows, I should say, in the direction the arrow is pointing.
Okay, that's a really good point. So, for example, there's no 6s on here. There's no 7s.
This 4 has 4 different and places as the arrow points to here, 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 and here.
Right.
Although I don't see any relationship between the colors.
Right. So just let me tell you that from here, you are going to here. This is the way you go.
I think I know how the puzzle works.
Seth, go ahead.
So basically, of course, this was said, the number on the arrow and the direction of the arrow points towards the next number based on how many spaces away it is.
Yeah.
And the next number must always be of the same color.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the entirety of the thing.
It's not quite the entirety of the puzzle, but
also it goes in a loop eventually.
Yes.
It always ends up in a loop.
Yes, and it is exactly one loop of red. So from here we go to here.
Yes. Are we just trying
to here, to here, to here, and then back to the beginning, back to this 4 over here. Okay, so there is exactly one loop. Okay, there's never going to be a case where you have 2 loops that are blue. Okay, so you have got all of the rules for this puzzle. Okay, this is a final solution. So now you understand what a final solution looks like, but you don't get a final solution, of course. You get something that looks a lot less pleasant. You get this. No, it's more pleasant in that it's smaller. Okay. But it's less pleasant in that you don't have any of these completed arrows. So Annika,
Oof.
do you have any ideas what you would like to do right now? So you can call this the top row, the middle row, the bottom row. You can call this the left column, the middle column, and the right column. And you can tell me what you want to do with any of these.
I think I'll put maybe a blue arrow in the one right. Yeah, that one.
This one here. And which would you like? Where would you like the blue arrow to point?
This way.
Okay. I will pull that over.
And maybe
You just pull it.
And maybe this could go down with a blue arrow.
Okay, so I'm going to just do this. Oh, I guess I need to stop my annotating here. So let me just clear that. And
Getting a tiny bit chaotic.
yeah, a little bit chaotic, but not much. Okay, so and then I'm going to color this blue. I'm going to remove this. And you're going to have this one go over here. So let me just get that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to color it blue. There we go.
Where did all your blue ones go?
Okay, and Annika, keep going.
One over here and it stops over here. It just goes up again.
Oh, it goes up again. Right. Okay, I see. So there we go.
Congratulations, you have made a loop.
You have made a loop. Okay. Ruta.
Wait, this can't be possible. This can't be possible.
The red doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we ran
neither does
into a
this.
problem with the red
Neither does
arrow.
the yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
the red and the yellow don't work.
So we have to
Ah.
these two to red and yellow.
Okay. Super Kitty Cat. Let's. Do you want to go back to the beginning? So this is the original hint. We can go back there, or you can wherever you want to go. Super Kitty Cat. We can start off
How about
here.
we start over because this.
Start over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could. So how about I don't know what did I don't know. I don't know where
So
to start. I don't know
one
what
way
to
that
do.
one way that we can do this is, if you wanted to, we could take a guess. And for example, we could take a guess. Oh, I'm not going to do that. We could take a guess about if this is a 1 or a 2 in here. And I can make up 2 different slides, one for the number 1 being in here, one for the number 2. That would be a cheap way to continue. Another way is that you could guess that, well, this has to be red or this has to be red for sure. Otherwise, this arrow has to point to something red. So you could guess that this one's red, or you could guess that this one's red.
The first one.
Okay, so you want to guess that this one's red. So I am going to make that, I'm going to make this red here. And I'm also going to guess that this one's red. So now I've got 2 different ideas.
Okay. But doesn't the yellow have to like point at something yellow?
Oh, that's a good point. So Kitty Cat, which one would have to be yellow? If this one is,
The
if
one
this
that's
one's red,
currently red.
One that's above of it.
This
which one would
doesn't
have
work.
to be yellow?
This one doesn't work.
So
You have to let me
The red
color
has to be in the other spot.
okay, but tell me,
that one. That one has
okay.
to be yellow. I colored it yellow so that you can
but why
see.
can't I color this one yellow, Super Kitty Cat?
Yeah, you can color that
Um,
one yellow.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, but red
red
cannot
one.
be here.
Okay, Solly, this is the number 1 in it. What does the number 1 mean?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't
I couldn't hear what you said.
Okay. Can you guys not scribble anymore on this here? Yeah.
Okay.
What's the number? What does the number 1 mean?
I couldn't hear that when you said what would the number 1 mean?
Yeah. So here we have a yellow 1. What does that mean? What do you think the yellow 1 means?
It has to be 1 length.
Yeah. So the arrow, we know it's going to be pointing in some direction. We don't know the direction. We know the arrow is going to be yellow, and we know that it's going to be pointing just 1 space away. So can this be yellow?
Nope.
It can't be yellow, because if it points down, it's going to hit red. If it points to the right, it's going to hit blue. So we know that this entire thing is wrong. So Super Kitty Cat, you're right. This can't be red here. So we actually know that this can't be red. So let's go back to this solution. We know that this has to be red. So that was a good logic. Ruta, go ahead. Tell me what else you would like to experiment with. So we've already ruled out this one, so I'm going to erase that.
Wait, so no two colors can be next to each other, right?
So if we go down to this solution here, we had this crazy solution here. No, it wasn't that solution. It was this one. So colors can be next to each other. This is the solution here. So the red can be next to a yellow, but the important thing is that a red 4 points exactly to another red arrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you end up with another arrow. Okay.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Ruta. What's you guys have correctly done this?
And we're trying to do the square, right?
Yeah, we're trying to get all of these to be arrows that are pointing in to make these 3 loops: the red, blue, and yellow loops. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh wait. So the reds point to the left.
This red, the only thing we know is that it's red, it points to the left, but we don't know if it's a 1 or a 2. Oh,
okay.
Wait a second, you know it's not a 2, because if it was a 2, this would be red.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a 1.
So this one has to be a 1. Okay, so we've got the solution for this one. I'm going to put the 1 over there.
It's like this 1 as in the number 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we did discover something else there. Seth, go ahead.
Okay, well, this might not be the right solution for Rugby 2, but I think that the red box that we do not know about has to point downwards to this.
Ah, of course, because we can't point to the left because we know this can't be red. And so it has to point down. Yeah, you're right. So this has to point down. Yeah, I agree.
And I think it has to go in this loop right here.
Yes, of course. Okay, so yeah, you've definitely got it right. We have to do that.
But you can
have to do this.
But you can also make it facing like this, or like, sorry, this way.
But we know that this one wasn't red, Annika. Remember, we just proved that this wasn't red.
Yeah, but we could face it this way to point these 2 reds together.
Oh,
no, but,
wait a second. You're absolutely right,
look,
Annika.
It's a solution.
You're absolutely right. Okay. So we might have 2 solutions here. So what you're saying is that these are blue as well, and that this is yellow.
I also drew the arrows directions.
Yeah. So let me just get this all working. And so it's like that.
But,
is that correct?
Yeah,
feel like-
that's the solution.
I feel
I
like
thought.
these two can also be facing each other.
Yes.
Good.
So let's now go back and experiment with that, Annika, because we might have two different solutions here. This certainly works, but let's check if your solution is also correct, Annika. So you're suggesting that we replace this by this and this
That would
one
be
by this one. Okay. That's absolutely plausible. Let's see if that works. So what color is this, Annika?
That could be blue. And this
So for those of you
this
who
could
arrived
be
in
down
late,
and this could be blue. This could be blue and it could be facing sideways.
That can't be blue. It's impossible for that to be blue.
the problem is,
Is it
Annika, how
face-
does it connect up again? Because all of the blues must be connected in one big loop. For those of you who are joining a little
Yeah,
bit,
it could go this here and this one could go up and this could be a blue and go this way.
but this one
But
is
it doesn't
only,
work that way.
this is only a 1. So
Oh, right.
that's the problem. If this was a 2, then you'd be right.
Then this could go up here like that.
But then it would have to be red.
But can't it go up here?
Then this would have to be a 2. And if this was a 2, then you'd be right.
Well, why can't it connect to this one?
It could if
Because
this
it's a
was a
1.
2. Right?
Don't get it.
Okay, so let's go back to an example of the solution.
This
so
one,
so here's the solution. And you can see that everything is in one giant loop, and you have to repeat the loop using all of a color. So if we choose red, we can go to any red one. Let's say we start off with this one. Red 2 goes down to here, goes over to here, goes down here, 4 across, 3 up, 4, 1, 2, 1, and we're back to the beginning. So it has to be one loop that's red and only one loop that's red.
and the numbers have to be like,
They all must be connected in that loop. You can't have any extra numbers pointing into that loop. It's just one red loop with all of the red arrows included in that loop.
oh, so then
Okay.
my solution isn't possible.
That's right. That's right. Okay. But that's why don't we change up the starting and say, okay, now let's try with the 2 at the bottom here. So instead of a 1 at the bottom, let's try, see if this is possible to solve.
So this could go here. And then this could go back up, maybe. No, this could go to the side and this could go up.
Well, this is now 2. Annika, this is now 2, so it can't go to the side.
Oh, right, yeah.
This side, this has to go up.
So then
So,
this could go up.
okay, and of course it has to be 2. Sorry, I can't change the number. So this is the hint for the new puzzle, and I can't change the hint.
And there could be a red that goes over here.
Right. And tell me about the color of this, Annika. Have I got the color right?
Yeah, the color. No, blue.
It has to be blue because it's pointing to a blue square,
Yeah.
and which will eventually be a blue arrow. Okay, agreed. And you are saying, now do we know that this is a 1? Do we know this for sure?
Yes, because this one is already a 1 and this red has to go over here.
So what happens if this is a blue? Oh, no. Well,
Blue.
Oh, no, wait.
okay,
That
so
has to
let's just, I'm going to go to somebody else here. Oscar, do you want to try to make sense of what do we know next going into this?
Well, we're not sure about the yellow. We're completely clueless on the yellow.
Well, we know that
I'm
this one or this one is yellow at least. Okay.
Yeah,
we
but
know
we're
that at
not
least.
sure which.
You don't know which.
Oh, wait, it has to be the one at the top.
Why?
because doesn't it seem like if it was the one and in the middle, it would kind of like block the red?
But,
Unless the red is a 1.
I mean, we could have, for example, this could be red 2 here, and then this could be red, and this could be red. So it's possible those are both.
And then with the blue, we know it goes like this. And it could go right, then down, then left.
Okay, so it is getting confusing to talk about this. So let's think of a better way to communicate, everybody. So is it best to annotate? Is that the best way to communicate? So Oscar, you're suggesting that this here, you're suggesting that these ones are all blue. Is that right?
And the blue goes like that.
Got it. Okay, so you suggest that this should be a 1, and that I need to now put in all of these arrows. So I'm going to put that arrow in like that. I'm going to put this arrow in here. And I'm going to make
it's a blue one.
Blue, and this is a 2. I can't change the number. And then I'm going to put this arrow in here like this. This is also a blue arrow. And, oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to do that. And that's correct. Okay. Okay.
So once that we have it like this, not very sure. It's a bit off with everything that's left is 1s.
Have we run into a problem?
I think so. Because with yellow, if it goes like that, if it goes up like 1 and then it just goes right back down, guess what?
And then we don't have this.
That one in the corner will be
This one in the corner isn't used, so that's a problem.
If we make that a 2 and go to the top, or maybe we haven't run into a problem. Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So like this.
And then
like that. Okay.
Like that.
Oh, wait, you don't mean that. You mean this has to be rotated around.
So the 2 goes up, and then the 1s go down, and then the last square is of course a red one arrow.
Right. So the yellows also look good here. And then Seth, I think this is your red V, Seth, or red arrow. And that looks good. So yeah, so this is a solution. For those of you who want now, this is not a presentation for you to play with. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to go away and I want you to make a puzzle. And I want you to make a puzzle. To start with, it's really good to make as tough a puzzle that you can just on this 3x3 grid. So if you want to, you can stay with us. But if you wanted to go away and to make a puzzle, then we can come back in 20 minutes and we can try to solve your puzzle. So that it's your choice if you want to do that. If you decide to stay, then we're going to be doing a slightly more difficult puzzle. Here it is. Well, it might be a lot more difficult. I don't know, because here we're doing numbers 1 through 3 and a bigger grid. And let's see what.
I just found something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right there. The 3 that's already figured out is going to be a blue one because it points to the blue.
Of course. Yes. So exactly right. This has to be a blue because it points to blue. Yep.
And then we know that's either a 1 or a 2, but we're not sure about which one.
Right. Can these both be 1s? Could these both be?
No, they can't, because then it would be a boson. If they were both 1s, then you would go 3 to the up arrow, to the down, to the up, to the down, and so on.
So remember, there's just
and you're
one
not
loop.
going to get back to the 3, or get the 2.
That's right. That's right. So we know
So
that
if that's a
both of
1,
those aren't
then
1s.
and this has to be a 2.
Right. Good. Okay.
But that could also be a 2.
Yeah, they could both be 2s, I guess, too. Okay. Ruta, any ideas?
Not yet.
Seth, any ideas?
I'm going off on my own.
And we have a poll for people. So Tin Can, what we're doing here, I can describe this whenever people are doing the poll. What we're doing is that we're stirring paint, and here is a sample of some paint that we're stirring. And how does paint look whenever you stir it? Well, this is an example of a solution to a puzzle. I'll show you an example of what the hints would be like, but this is a solution. And so, for example, you can take any color. For example, you can take yellow, and you can follow around and make a loop. So 1 yellow, you go 1 space, you hit a 4. 4 yellow, you have to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another yellow. 2, you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and you just do one big loop. Now these other ones, they don't look like loops, but they are as well. They're more complex. But for example, if we start this red 1, then we go down 2, go down another 2, over 2, down 1, over 4, up 3, over 4, up 1, over 2, and we're back at the start. Okay, so that's I'll show you the hint for this puzzle. This is the hint. These are the hints that you need to get to this endpoint. Of course, you could have chosen other hints, but those are the ones that I chose. Okay, and I think you guys will find it really fun to make these puzzles. These puzzles are among the most fun that I've ever had creating puzzles. So yeah, you'll have fun with this. Okay, I'm going to go back to our puzzle, and you can get rid of the poll, and we are back online for trying to figure out what are some of the other things going on here. So this square here, we know that the arrow is going to be just a step of 1. It's going to point you in direction 1, but you don't know which direction it is, and you don't know which color it is. Okay, so let's go with, do any of the adults have any ideas about what we know here?
Sure.
Go for it, Steve.
Since the 3 on the left in the second row points all the way to the right, the blue arrow on the third row on the right can't point up 1, it has to point up 2.
Oh yeah, because if it pointed up 1, then there'd be 2 different arrows going to the same one, and that could never end up in a loop. I love that thinking. Okay, so we know that this is a 2. Yeah.
And since that's a 2, we know something else.
And I'm going to let Super Kitty Cat. Oh, you're busy doing something else, Super Kitty Cat. You're good? You're muted. Okay, Tina, what else do we know? Because this one is a blue 2.
I forgot that I was muted. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. Tina, what else do we know that because this is a blue 2? So it means that every blue arrow points to another blue arrow. So this blue arrow is no exception. It must point to a blue arrow. And 1, 2, it means that this one has to be blue. So that's for sure. Whoever wrote the B in there, I see what you were saying. Okay, Super Kitty Cat, go ahead. Tell me something you know, anything you know.
Well, I feel like let me circle the arrow that I want to talk about. I feel like this one should be colored yellow.
Okay.
And it should be either a one or a 2.
And why would it not be colored? Could it also be a 3 and be pointing down to this arrow at the bottom and maybe be a total different color? Do you know that for sure that that's not true?
Well, I mean, like if that bottom arrow is a yellow, then I guess you could make it 3, but if it's not, then only a 1 or a 2.
So if this is a 1 or a 2, then it has to be yellow, is what you're saying. And yeah, I agree with that for sure. I agree. Yeah. Good. Okay. I'm finding it difficult to find anything else. Is anyone else challenged about what on earth? Oh, so Annika is suggesting that this blue 2 go down.
Because it can't go here because then this will just make a loop itself.
But this 2 would go over this 3 and that 3 would go all the way over here. In fact, Annika, let's just imagine that you're right, that this goes to down here. So let's imagine that you're right, Annika, and that this blue here is pointing down. If you're right, then what number do you put on this blue, Annika?
You would put a 4 to lead up here.
A 3, 1, 2, 3 to go to the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what number would you put on this one, Annika?
Maybe a 1.
But there can only be 1 blue loop, not 2 blue loops. So if you put this 2 going down and this one going up, but this one has to go up somewhere. We know that it's going up. You've ended up in a problem. So I think you've actually proven that this 2 in the middle can't point down, which is really useful. Do you agree with that? Yeah.
It can point to this side, but it can't really point. No, it can't point. I don't think it can point to any other side because this is a 2.
So what's the idea? Where should it point?
It can't point here because that will make its own loop itself, and it can't point here because, well, we just proven that was wrong. It can't.
So it's impossible.
It doesn't have any room.
So we have an impossible puzzle then. Everything's an arrow. So if this is nowhere to point,
then it's impossible.
Then it's impossible. Okay, so I want you to think about in this case,
it must point somewhere.
Yeah, in this case, I will tell you that I have not given you an impossible puzzle. So something in your logic isn't right. Now, some of the time, I love giving impossible puzzles. You know that, but this isn't one of them. This one is possible to solve. Yeah. Taco Cat, can you solve the mystery of this blue 2 and which direction it points? We know that it can't point down because then this one points up, and we know it can't be a little 2 because then that would just be these ones would just be going back and forth. And we know it can't be a 3 because this 3, then you'd have a loop maybe with 3. Like nothing seems to work whenever it's pointing down. But Annika's right. If it points to the left, then we have this yucky other loop with the 3 and the 2.
Tough.
But the 3 won't lead to the 2. It'll lead to the blue arrow. It can point to the left. Because if something gets to that 2, it can point to the left and just go to the 3 and it would complete the loop.
Oh,
3 wouldn't go back.
So it's not for sure that this is impossible if it points to the left. Right, because this 2 goes to this 3, and that 3 goes to this arrow, and that arrow might go to one of these arrows. Okay, so I believe you that it is possible. Are you guys convinced that it's possible that it could point to the left?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let's we know it can't point down, so let's point it in the only direction that it might go. Solly, any ideas for anything else that we know here?
The 2 points to that 1. I think it's yellow. Because
2 points to the 1. This 2 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Points to the 1 that has to point to the down arrow that could point.
So you know what? We don't know the color of these, so I can color it a different color in the meantime. So we don't know if purple should be yellow or if purple should be blue or if purple should be red. Does that help? Or is that just confusing? We know that these 2 are the same color, right?
Maybe you should color them brown because that's what you get when you mix all the colors.
Okay, that's
We should use green,
that could work.
Purple, or when we know it's one color, when we have a choice of 2 different colors.
Okay, Solly, you've definitely got a potential solution here. So why don't we put this one in just in the because it might work. So you've got this going down and this going down, and we don't know that this is true, but it's tempting because you've solved one of the colors and maybe we'll be lucky. Okay, let's get rid of these and I'll color these ones yellow. Okay, so yeah, this absolutely could work. I don't know if it's right, but it could work. So yellow is finished.
There may be a problem.
There is a problem. It's with the third squid. It's with this one. It seems like it has to be a red, but then what would the blue arrow in the corner do?
Ooh.
That's a problem. It seems like it has to be both red or blue and blue. To fit with both arrows.
Sorry, there's some bumping on your end.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So what I see. It has to be red because otherwise this red 2 has nowhere to go. But it also has to be blue because otherwise this blue arrow has nowhere to go. Oscar, I love your reasoning. And
I think that means these have to be a red, not a yellow.
okay, so why don't I just go back? So this is what we know for sure. Everything up till now is correct for sure. There's been no guessing up till now. So there's been no guessing whatsoever. So up till now, we're good. Can you tell me about the color of one of these ones at the bottom? Because I think we do know, we can figure out one of these ones at the bottom, the color, and we know it for sure without guessing. There's no guessing here at all for one of these.
I'm not sure. It seems like at least one of them has to be red. Doesn't it? Or maybe I think that this one's probably a yellow.
Well, what points to that one?
One of these right over it. It could, one of them could point down.
So it could be this one at the top, or it could be this yellow one here. So there's two that could point to that. Right?
But we have to keep in mind the fact that at one of these is red.
Yes. Tina, tell me about the color of this arrow.
Well, I think the like 1 second. I think that arrow is also blue.
Yeah, it has to be because
Yeah.
every place that it could go is blue. So for sure, this arrow is blue. That was the one I was thinking of, is that we know something else here. I don't know what else we know, but at least we know this. And we also know that one of these ones here is red. At least one of those is red. So we also
I think that one that you just colored blue can't be a 2, because then we would just have this loop of the up and down arrows.
So both of these can't be 2s? For sure, both of them.
The one on the bottom. Yeah, both of them can't be 2.
Oh,
wait.
okay. But you're also saying this one can't be a 2.
The one on the bottom can't be a 2.
Yes.
The one on the top could be a 2, because then that would just point to something else. Eventually it would get to over here. That's what happens if it's a 2. Eventually it'll get there.
Right. Seth, tell me about the direction of this arrow. So it can only be up or to the right, but which is it? And whoever did the black markings, is that you, Annika?
No, this isn't me.
Okay, that's okay. I can just jump in and remove them.
I'll do it.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Okay, I am going to say to the right.
And that's true, because if this was going up 2, then you have 2 arrows pointing to this, and that's not going to end up in a loop. If you've got 2 blue arrows pointing to the 3, you're not going to end up with one giant loop. So exactly right. This here has to point to the right. Now, I'm not saying I know the color yet. I don't know the color, but I do know. So I'm going to just color that gray.
Yeah, we know it's a right arrow, but we don't know whether it's yellow,
Right.
or red, or even possibly blue, but we've got a lot of blue arrows already, so.
Do we know the number of this one?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a 1.
Yeah, for sure it's a 1. Okay. Yeah.
Gord,
Yeah.
I think it's time that we end off now.
Oh.
I mean, I'm probably gonna log off because it's like log off time.
Yeah.
But like this could still go on, but I'm gonna leave. Okay.
Yeah. It got a little bit ahead of me, the time, but I am going to stay on until we solve this puzzle, and I would love you guys to create your own puzzles. I think you will find this a very joyous activity, creating your own puzzles with this stirring paint.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
see you,
bye.
Super Kitty Cat. See ya.
The 3 arrows that I circled will have to be the same color because that 1 points to the 2, points to the up.
Okay, so I am going to color those
Purple.
on group. Yeah, I can't color them brown because we've already got the brown up here. So I will color them purple. Steve, just to make you happy. Now we know that purple isn't really purple. We know that purple is either all red or all yellow or all blue.
Are there 3 colors in the world or more?
Just 3. This puzzle, you know that there's just 3. For your puzzles, whenever you're designing them, you could design them with more, but I'd recommend you start with 3. It's a lot of flexibility you have to make a really fun puzzles. Okay. So let me it's hard to figure out what's going on still. Oh, I do know something. Could this purple be yellow? Could it possibly be yellow?
Oh, I know something too. This down arrow cannot be a 3 because then we have our own loop like this, not including the arrows.
Congratulations. Yeah. It can't be a 3.
I need to go. Bye.
Okay, bye, Seth.
Oscar, could you explain to me again why it can't be a 3?
If it was a 3, then that up arrow would point to this. Then, as you can see, this up arrow points to this, and then this.
You're saying the
this
bottom
would
has
just
to
go down.
You're saying the bottom, it has to be a 3?
If both of them is a 3, then that's impossible.
Right.
If both are a 3.
But what happens if the upper one isn't a 3?
If the upper one is a 3, then it's purple. Oh wait, if the upper one is a 3, then it would just go. Then it would go down, and then the up arrow would lead it to something else.
So here's my thinking right now. My thinking is that, oh my goodness. Okay. Ugh. So from here, we go to here, we go up here, we go over here, and then we come down, and we're coming down to either blue or red. We can't come down all the way. That means that this has to be blue or red. It can't be yellow, right?
Not only that, if it's not blue or red, then you're right, it has to be blue or red, or we have ping pong for the top and bottom.
Right. Okay.
Which means that the purple is blue or red.
Correct.
I think it's probably red since we've already got so many blue arrows.
Do you want to guess that it's red and see where it gets us?
Yeah, let's guess that it's red. I'm pretty sure it'll be right because it seems like it's just impossible to be blue. There's so many blue arrows.
So first of all, I'm going to guess blue there on that page. And then on this page, I'm going to guess red. And so we can go back and forth between these two pages and just find out what we know. Okay, so you want to guess here first. So this at the bottom, this is either a 1 or a 3. Oh, we still don't really know.
So either way,
Yeah, it's a 1 or a 3.
Oh,
don't we know that the parent of this one, since it's blue or red, must be this one?
aha. Okay, so this is for sure a red 3. Got it. Okay, I agree with that.
And on the original page, we can make it a purple 3.
And on the original page, oh, you're right. You're right. Which now we don't even need the original page.
We can only make it a 3 because we know it's not yellow. But the purple might be yellow.
But this one's also would be blue.
Oh,
right. We don't have an original page anymore because we don't need an original page.
That's right. That's right.
This is a blue now, and it's a blue 3. There we go.
And where does it get pointed from? Who is its parent?
Oh, well, it could be this one or this one, right? Anyway, I think we had decided that the red. Yeah.
What color is the top left?
Oh, it has to be blue. You're right. Okay, thanks, Steve.
And then this one is blue.
And then this one has to be blue. This has to point there. And then this has to be blue. So we still have 2 options here. We
don't. And now we're dead.
Okay, so
this one doesn't have a parent if it's blue.
Okay, so this is a totally dead one. So I'm going to color the background black, saying nope, we can't do that. But we still have this one where Oscar made the choice of red. So yeah.
Do you want me to talk?
Oh, you guys can solve it together.
Who's the parent for this one now?
Oh.
I think the yellows will just have to point to each other because from here, it doesn't look like there's much other places to put a yellow.
Those are all singles. So now this has to be a red.
This is a red.
And so we have to get rid of these. But
then we have that down arrow and some missing numbers.
So let's trace the path that we know for the red.
Okay. So you're saying start here?
Sure.
There. And we don't know if we go here or here.
But we can ask who's the parent of this one.
Oh, right. It has to be this one. Okay, so
I drew the loop that I think it red is.
And we can ask what color is this one?
And it's a red.
Nope.
Well, it's a blue, I guess.
Because this has to point somewhere.
Oh, it has to point somewhere, yeah. So this has to be a 1.
Now we have that arrow at the bottom is a 1, isn't it?
I think you're right.
Okay, so there we go.
And we know the color of the child of this one.
Right? It has to be blue. And there's only one number that it can be. It has to be that there. Okay.
So let's trace the blue as far as we know.
Okay.
Maybe we'll start here.
here
This
goes.
has to be a 2. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. Okay, yeah, that has to be a 2.
It's the only, it has to be a 2. It's the only way this one can have a parent.
The parent-child stuff was really helpful.
Yeah, there you go. You guys did it.
That was cool. I like that.
Good.
Hmm.
So
Thank you.
yeah, if you guys want to have a puzzle to leave with, here is a difficult puzzle to leave with. If you just want to take a screenshot of that, I'm happy to talk about that at some future time. But I really encourage you to make your own puzzles of this. It's so much fun. So much fun.
Do you have like a template with the arrows on the boxes? Or
Yeah, maybe I'll get that for next time.
okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to go back to the very first puzzle you showed today.
Yeah.
Just the original clues. I think the key is actually showing that the left side is yellow, left middle is yellow. You can show that immediately. Because the bottom one, if it's a 1, it's a yellow. If it's a 2, it points to the top, which must point down to make the left side yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the rest follows.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So I do have a.
Or could you put the last screen up again, and I'll take a screenshot of that one.
Sure.
Please.
So of this one here, or
No,
the big puzzle.
The big one, yeah.
I can't get my arrow out of there. I don't know how, sorry.
No problem. I will. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So this is a fun puzzle to play with for sure.
I did this
And
puzzle.
when you're suggesting, when you're suggesting to make your own, you're suggesting that we come up with our own clues and
Correct.
our own size and number of arrows and boxes and colors and
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Yeah,
coming up with something like this, but do it for a 3x3 to learn. Whenever you're first doing it, you're going to end up with puzzles that have more than one solution. So it's really, really fun to figure out, oh, how can I make a puzzle with just one solution? It's really fun.
This puzzle, while it's big and it's tricky, can be done with very simple steps.
Can we do this next MathPickle too?
What I'm going to do for next time is I'm going to take a step backwards and just deal with loops, but the same type of puzzle, but with loops. And we can come back. You enjoyed this one, Annika?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad.